This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Oh, this land was made for you and me. In this lesson, you'll learn an easy guitar song that not only will add to your repertoire, but you're going to use a pattern that you can use to learn many more songs. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success, where I help you learn guitar, but more importantly, to love the journey. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that little bell so you'll get more of my guitar lessons and tips. This Land is Your Land was written by American folk singer Woody Guthrie back in 1940. And it's probably one of America's, or at least the United States' most famous folk songs. To play this song, we're going to use just 3 chords: the G chord, a form of the C chord, and the D chord. Now we'll explain this a little bit more, but we're using a chord progression that is very common that you can use for many other songs. Make sure it stay to the end because I have an extra bonus that I think you'll really like. So let's start off fingering the G chord. I'm using a 4-finger form of G, and you'll see why this is important for this progression. To make this chord, I have my 3rd and pinky together on the 3rd fret of the 1st string and the 2nd string. My pinky's on that 1st string, and the 3rd finger is right next to it, kind of supporting it. Now I'm stretching my 2nd finger over to the 6th string, 3rd fret, and I put my 1st finger down on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Now if this is a new chord for you, try forming it a few times, even 1 finger at a time, and just take your hand off back and forth. Try to aim for where you can get all the fingers down close to all together. It'll come over time. Now from this G chord, we're going to do the C chord. To play the form of C chord that I'm using, you're going to leave your 3rd and pinky right where they are, and move the 1st finger and the 2nd finger over 1 string, from the 6th string to the 5th string for the 2nd finger, and the 1st finger moves over to the 4th string. See? The 6th string, 5th string, over to the 5th, 4th. So this is a really easy change. Once you get the G chord, the rest are much easier. There's another form of this, which a lot of people use. They turn the C chord all around, but that's a large movement. And this is going to be easier and sounds good. Technically, it's a C add 9 chord, but don't worry about that. Just call it a C chord form for now. Now, we've got the C chord. We're going to the D chord from here. Again, leave your 3rd and pinky where they are, and take your first 2 fingers, put the first one on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then the 2nd finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Now, once you've done that, remove your pinky. So keep your pinky handy because we're going to place it back down when you go to the G. So watch that movement for a minute. G chord to C chord to the D chord, switching the fingers around, and then take the pinky off. So this movement is very efficient, which once you learn this, you'll not only find this an easy song to play, but you'll be able to use the same pattern for many other songs. Let's go ahead into the song now. We're going to start the song on the C chord, but I need the G chord to hear the key of the song. This is in the key of G, and I need to hear that when I'm starting. So this land is, and then it goes to the C chord. Your land, this land is, back to the G chord. My land, from California, that's where it goes to the D. I can take my pinky off there. To the New York, back to the G. From the redwood, back to C. To the Gulf Stream, G. Going to the D chord now. This land was made for you and me. Ends on the G chord. So it does the exact same pattern throughout the whole song for every chorus and every verse. Now try strumming that song with me, just a straight down strum. I'll show you a fancier strum afterwards, but for now, just a straight down strum. We'll start with the G chord, but the actual strumming will start on the C chord. So here we go, I'll count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This land is your land. is my land. From California, I'm on the D now, going back G. And the New York Islands, from the Redwood Sea, oh yes, the Gulf Stream G. Waters, going to D. This land was made for you, and back to G. Okay. Now let me show you a strum when you're ready. By the way, I'd really encourage you to just keep the strum simple when you're learning the song, and then add a more complex strum later as you get the chord changes more comfortably. So here's a strum that I like to use in this song. So the pattern is 4 beats, and it sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So the first half of the beat, the first 2 beats are bass note is 1, and then 2 is a down, up, down, up. Now the second half, 3 and 4, are just bass, up, down, up. So it's bass, down, up, bass, up, down, up. Now a little trick. When I'm hitting the bass note, first of all, don't worry if you hit the exact bass note. I'm hitting in the area. When I get to the D chord, I don't worry if I hit that one bass note. I'm hitting the low strings more than just a single bass note. So it's like this. As opposed to, it's really hard to just get in there and hit that one string, the D bass note. The other thing is, I'm alternating, which is part what creates the sound between the low strings and the high strings. So when I hit a bass note, I'm really talking about the bass end of the strings. Let me do a G. Bass, and then high, down, up. Then back to the bass, up, down, up, I stay high. Bass, down, up, down, up. When I'm not saying bass, I'm staying on the high strings. And it creates a varied sound, which makes a sound for the strum. I've created a cheat sheet for you with the chords, the lyrics, and some more tips to help you play this song. I'll put a link in the description so you can download that, and I encourage you to have it handy as you go through this video again and watch the chords and the lyrics. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments section below. Remember that learning guitar is a journey, not a destination. And part of the process is you becoming the best version of yourself. Let me know in the comments how I can help you to better love your guitar playing journey.